Vs.Riga Kalfas, left-hand lane. The high qualifier chooses to start, Jennifer.
Riga averaged 240 for 6 games. On fire here at Stones Lake.
And the Scout
Little
barely
short.
misses, yes. Short Scout, short bowler. What the heck?
Riga's just had a great year this year. One of his best ever, as I said, averaging 240. Very consistent in his scores right across the board.
And again, you know, the funny thing is, 5 or 6 weeks ago, his confidence level was in the trash can. He had no confidence whatsoever. 1 or 2 good weeks, he goes from doubting himself to making the television show 3 times. Something you can't do real easily, but again, Ron Bohnert's mental awareness and sharpness allowed him to stop because he was distracted. Little baby in the background disrupted his concentration. You can always stop, start over. No penalty involved.
I have to admit, David, that once my second step is brought forth, that's it for me. It's got to come off my hand.
Well, I'll give you a hint. Here's a bowling hint. No charge for this one, Jen.
Okay.
If you're ever
That's unusual.
really, that's right. No. if it bothers you again, just fall down. just fall down.
Break a leg.
That's right. Whatever. Just make sure the ball falls behind you, so that you know, so it doesn't really count. But
Really,
no,
that does take a lot of strength, David, to stop that. I've seen people do it already just as they're about ready to release. I mean, that's amazing. Ron did the smart thing, though.
yes, he
With
did.
great results.
He did, and for his reward, he gets to start the game with a double. Riga with a spare up in the first frame. Bright red pants. Probably to drive our color coordinator guy in the truck crazy, trying to balance out all the irises to take care of this. Age 27, averaging 227, 1442.
For 6 games.
For 6 games.
Make sure everybody knows that.
That's a phenomenal
You add it up.
average.
It's a lot.
No thanks. 26th appearance.
24, 300 games. Wow.
And the left-hand lane will yield him a solid 6.
Both players throwing the ball very cleanly. Good roll, good extension. Everybody solid at the line today. However, Ron Bohnert is the only one that is still eligible to drive away the car this year. Convertible LeBaron. Fantastic car from Steve Hayes out at the Jeff Weiler Eastgate Auto Mall. And for those of you who do not know, that is in case of a 300 game. The keys are ready, and we're ready to roll with a convertible. I saw it when I was coming in. I tell you, it was hard for me not to drool because it is just beautiful.
I tell you what,
It's that time of the year, too.
give it another day or two, and you'll be sporting about in that. And Mr. Bohnert could use it, but not today. It goes away again. One more season goes by. We've only had one 300 game. Riga, the only 299. But put the car on the trailer and haul it back. But Jeff, thank you. You were a great sponsor this year. Loved having you and your whole group of dealerships on the east side. Please go out and support him. We were able to negotiate a deal on a Nissan Altima, and my wife's driving that around. And Ron Bohnert converts the spare easily. 9 pins to the good at this point. And again, you cannot chalk either of these players off until it is mathematically impossible for them to win, because you know they're not going to give up.
David. He's bowling phenomenal, and I just think that one shot, again, he just had a little too much speed. Speed can kill, folks. Speed can be good, but it can also kill you. So if you have too much and not enough roll, you're going to deflect away from the pocket.
Gets the ball settled. Comes through cleanly. Raised up a little bit. And it's settled in there nicely. Not one of his better shots, but there's a proprietor. Jerry looking on and pleased with the way his establishment is showing up on the BPA King of Bowling.
And of course, Janet Terry, his sister, does a great job out here.
That's right.
Again, a betting house family establishment. It's clean, it's fun, it's got a unique setting here at Stones Lanes. Lots of other action going on. Now that looked like the 299 that Riga threw that day to not take home the car. Absolutely ripping.
Take a look at it here, folks. Do not take your eyes off of the 4-pin. Second pin from the left-hand side of your screen. He gets ripped off. Watch it right there. It goes around the belly so quick. 7-pin, cross lane spare. Riga Kalfas could have made this game a match and actually gone into the lead with a strike. Wow, wow, wow. Look at it. He's so confident. Take a look at it here. Let's see how much room he really makes this by. Slow it down, slow it down. Does he make it? By the thinnest of margins. Riga,
Send it sideways, David.
Riga, what do you think? Holy cow. Did I really make the... Yes.
Ron Bohnert's back on a roll again. Speed adjustment. He just needs the finest speed adjustment.
You are absolutely right. Ron Bohnert's game, very, very sensitive to speed because of the amount of turn he puts on the ball. And again, he's leading by 19 pins, but we've got a half a game to go. When you're playing against a player like Riga Kalfas, you heard him talking to himself at that point. He did not like the shot coming off of his hand. He was lucky to get away with a 9-pin count, but he comes off the all-important strike, which could have been a triple. Should bring this spare back easily. At this level, these players should not miss.
Single pin spares, that's the name of the game, folks. You have to make them. Just lose so many pins every time you miss one. Ron Bohnert up by 18 pins. With the last half of the game coming up, somebody needs to take control right now.
Coming down the stretch, as you said, Jennifer, our year. Oh, incredible. What? Again,
What do you do?
I'm not sure there's much you can do, especially on a television show. You only have X amount of frames. If this were a tournament and you wrap 2 or 3 of the identical same 7s, you might change a ball to go for a little different reaction. But right now, you don't have time. You trail by 19 pins, but at this point, you're that flush, you're that close.
You didn't see that. He was off camera, but Riga was getting down on it because he nailed that 7-pin to the wall. Ron liking the antics of Riga Kalfas.
Yep. Well, he's a student of the game. He is a player of the game, and he does enjoy watching the show, too. He tells me that he'll go home, and every once in a while he'll hear a friendly slam from myself, but it's all...
He knows we like him.
It's all in good fun, and that's what the game is all about. They're dealing for a lot of money today, but these players are sportsmen. They are players, and they are here for the love of the game first, and whatever money they make, that's what they're going to walk away with. But Riga cutting through the heart, leaving the 2, 4, 7, 8. Not the easiest spare in the world. Jennifer, a lot of people like to play this outside, but again, I argue with that theory. I think Riga should go between the 2 and the 4, and hopefully the pin action should cut through. He is.
And cut through it did.
It cuts through too sharply. Two schools of thought on this, and I'm not sure either one is right or wrong.
David, I'd like to just move off my strike target with that. Period. Move left 7 boards. Throw your strike target. I make it almost all the time.
And then cut through and carry it with the back pin is what you're saying, right? Allow for a little bit of deflection. Well, Ron Bohnert taking control. Take a look at his footwork here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a slide, and just rips the bottom out of the ball. 1, 2 filled up. No question about that ball being a strike.
David, for those of you who have forgotten, those are Ron's lucky green socks. So it's not really a fashion statement. It's a luck type of thing. Thank goodness, right?
We surely know it's not a fashion.
Get the fashion police out.
That's right.
I'm pulling you over, buddy.
Look at this. Look at this. On his first ball. On his first ball, he's going to change to the ball that goes straight. The silver Columbia.
Wow, David.
I'm telling you what, I am amazed.
You told him to change balls, but you didn't plan on him switching to a spare ball, did you?
Unbelievable. Well, again, nothing to lose at this point. At 45 pins in the rears, what do you have to lose?
You know, and David, maybe his spare ball just feels really great to him, you know, compared to the other one. And instead of going back and getting another ball, which you have no idea how it feels, not much time to switch, who knows?
Well, if this is the strike, I applaud him. Unbelievable. You go to a ball that you have to arc and roll and control, and you go to a ball that does nothing but go straight and roll, and what's he do? The amount of talent that it takes to do this, folks, I can't even begin to tell you. 1-2 pocket filled up. He did his job. Ron Bohnert.
Doing his job. Putting the show on.
Just another day at the office, right? Both players with strikes in the 8th and 9th frame. 45 pins. The deficit, for all intents and purposes, this game is over, but neither player is going to take off their shoes yet. Ron Bohnert stroking the ball so cleanly, Jim.
He really is bowling great. Of course, there were 18 of us that were involved in the roll-off to make it to the show today. We didn't have King Turner back because that was the last regular week. Some other high qualifiers. For $400, Lee Nina Jadley. In 5th place, Trey Seibel had a fantastic set of 6 games. And Moa was in 6th, followed by David Welledge, Bob Bruni, and Scott Kramer. All taking home some cash.
Well, again, I hate to see week 12 come around because it's so much fun bringing it to you each and every week. A lot of work by a lot of people, and we see Ron Bohnert finishing out 245. He is the king of kings for 1995, and I think it's very appropriate. He's had a great year, but the move of all moves, Riga looking back at me like, you know, why didn't I do it sooner? Well, that's probably the
last thing that you
the 35th move or adjustment you possibly tried.
Exactly.
And he crushes the pocket 3 straight times, and Ron's smiling because he knows he gets to walk away with the big check for $1,200. Can he do it again? I mean, that's
unbelievable.
flabbergasted.
Exactly. Finally, we're speechless.
2 times in 88 years, I'm speechless. This is it. The first time was when they went to say I do. I went to dad. And now it's, how in the world do you go to this ball and throw 4 crush shots?
Especially on TV. I mean, that's such a bold move.
Riga Kalfas finishes out with a 213, but going down in defeat to Ron Bohnert, 245. Our king of kings for 1995, folks. What a great year. Stay tuned. We're going to give away some hardware and some cash. Come on back.